Hello guys, this is Jeffrey Life the Art Panda. I'll go ahead and show you how I painted this Captain Marvel project. So let's talk about the sketching process. First, it does not have to be really perfect, but for me, I still have to make sure that I have similar output from my reference photo. So here, it's important, especially for doing some costumes, that you have the symmetry and you sketch it properly with your pencil. Start from the face, but first I have to clean up or erase some of the marks that I made or initial sketches. So I start from the face, and then I start from the first layer. So here I look for where the shadow is casting or showing. So look for that darkest area. For you to be able to successfully achieve the tone or the perfect tone that you like, you can actually try to paint it first on a scratch paper. Look for the tone that you like, because for me, I have the preference. What I use is the yellow, brown, and some pinks. Look at your reference photo, make sure you know where the light is coming from. Because if you know where the light is coming from, of course, the opposite part of it is where the shadow is casted, right? So here, for you to show the shiny part, you don't have to paint those areas, okay? Just leave it like a space so it would appear that it's white, because there's no white watercolor paint because it's transparent. Though there is really white paint, but it's used for other purposes, not to show the shiny area. So let's take it from a different angle. You'll be seeing here that I am trying to do another layer. Guys, this actually has a lot of layers. I think 6 or 7 layers. Because you cannot just paint it like acrylic or oil, like it's the color that you want to achieve. You have to do some layering, or you have to color it layer by layer, so you would see the results and see the beauty of watercolor. Then of course you have to let it dry for some time, like few minutes, and then go back to the area. Now I have actually painted. My battery died, so I wasn't able to record the hair. So the color of this hair is quinacridone gold from Daniel Smith. By the way, the paints that I'm using is actually from Daniel Smith. I've been doing, I just have to wait for some time to let it dry and then add another layer because that's how I see the use of watercolor. So it's just not something that you just leave it like that. You just have to wait until you achieve the layers that you like to see on your artwork. This project I was not really in details when it comes to the hair because it's really small and I was really excited to see the final output. Important part here is to show where like if the hair is being blown by the wind or if the hair is moving. And now I am going to paint the body, which is the armor or the suit. So we know that dominant colors of the suit would be red, blue, and yellow or gold. So here I don't just leave the red like that, like paint it all red. So I have to do layers again. And then for the blue color, I am using here the tallow blue, again by Daniel Smith. It is very important that you know like what your artwork would look like. So here I am thinking that there would be like a shiny part or the darker part, which is coming from the reference photo. It's really hard to copy it as exactly as a photo unless you're really that matured or what do you call that seasoned when it comes to watercolor painting. Me, I can tell or I can say that I've been painting for quite a while now. But for this one, I would just try to make it like as fun or as happy as possible. I don't want to put some pressure to myself because it's been a while that I have been painting. So this is like a test again for my style. So for you to achieve the shadows or the highlight, you have to go back the same area. You have to have a really light hand so you'll be able to achieve because if your hand is too heavy and your brush is um, too stiff, then it may ruin the layers that you put or the works that you have already invested initially, like the first few layers that you have made. So it should be really really light. This is my favorite part wherein I put the details or I'm towards the end of the project. I really like to see the darkest portions or the highlights of my artwork. Alright, so now this is my favorite part again, like putting the details or the highlights of the suit. So if you notice the way I hold it is I'm holding from the handle, not the ferrule. I really hold the ferrule or the steel that holds the hair. So it you have more control if you hold it towards the brush. But for me, I just do it this way. I like doing it that way. So again, another layer for the darkest tones, like what telling you. I like doing the layering part. So, I mean the layering technique. This is what I do. And now putting the details of the suit. Can't wait to see the final output. This is my favorite part. So putting the shadows, I use paint spray plus the color that I'm using. So let's say you wanna you want to put some shadow on the suit where it's color blue. So you have to formulas blue plus paint gray or plus gray. So you would see the darker part of it. We're gonna put in the details. You can also flip your paper depending on your comfortability. Alright, now I'm going to paint the background. So the way I used to paint my artwork is I started from the background, but for this one, I was really excited to paint the face and the body. So I started it with the foreground, which is the image or the subject itself. So here the background is phthalo blue and some greens, purple, pinks, and grays. And I do the wet and wet technique. Wet and wet technique is you wet your paper first, so it would give like the feel of there's like a splatter of paint or water on the background. So that's how I do the skies, or I use it like for some backgrounds. And I'm trying to go down to the arm, wherein I would like to see rainbow in this artwork. So I started from the blue, green, and now towards to the hands because the hands like should show some fire or power. So I'm trying to blend it with the rainbow from the background. And here I was not really in details when it comes to showing like the illusion of the fire on the arm. I would like to leave some imagination to the one seeing it. So I just leave it like this. I did not put the arm into detail. So this is how I did it. This is a wet and wet technique again. Combination of wet and dry and wet and wet techniques. And almost done, just putting some details. And these are the brushes that I used. And I'll put that in the details or the comment box below. I hope guys you like this video and I have shared to you some of my techniques that I'm using. Please subscribe to my channel and all my social media accounts. Have a nice day. Bye!